Well, boys, today's tomorrow, and KSI and Logan Paul, and I guess Mr. Beast also, and their whole lunch league drama is it's getting sadder by the day. All right, we got literally people that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars complaining over a tweet, and a pretty harmless tweet at that. A tweet you can seriously ignore and continue to make hundreds of millions of dollars a year, but they rather complain, all right, because they don't have enough money, boys. All right, they have to defend their products because they might go broke if Lunch League goes under. So all of this started with a YouTuber by the name of DanTDM tweeting out after KSI, Mr. Beast, and Logan Paul said that they were going to be making a weapon of mass destruction, alright? Because Dexterito tweeted out that they were making their Lunchables competitor, Lunch League. And DanTDM tweeted out saying, "What happened to YouTubers, man? I cannot say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better." Now, we all know that KSI and Mr. Beast responded to DanTDM's tweet right here, talking about how, "Oh, Dan, you also sell crap." Whenever, I'm pretty sure Dan was talking about like, "Hey, man, the crap that I sell to the kids are branded by me. You're just taking something new and selling it to them," which, in my opinion, I feel like DanTDM wasn't really in the right with this tweet. Like, don't get me wrong, he has his opinion. You can make your opinion known. But also, I'm like, the guy did sell things to his audience. I'm like, it's the same thing. Like, even whenever the man was rich, DanTDM was still selling things for the sake of selling things to his audience. It just had his face and name on it. But obviously, everyone was dogpiling onto KSI and Logan Paul and, Mr. Beast, because they were essentially just making new things to sell. Like, their whole business plan wasn't, "I want to make videos, and so I can make videos, I'm going to sell you guys some products so I continue to make videos." It's, "I want to make a product, and I want to make it as big as every other product in the world, and the only way I can sell it to you is by making videos," right? He's just saying they switched that formula. It used to be people were making products to make more videos. Now it's people are making videos to sell more products. Which, I mean, like, who really cares at the end of the day? Let's all be honest here. YouTube hasn't been the same since, like, what, 2016, whenever we hit the dimensional rift, whenever reality split in two, and for some reason we're all in essentially hell now. But yeah, some people who are YouTube purists, still reminiscing on the 2010s era, were being like, "Oh yeah, that's right, Dan, tell them what's up." And then other people were like, "I really don't care." Yeah, I'm like, YouTubers sell you products either way. It doesn't matter how big or small they are. They're just trying to sell you a product now. Some of the biggest shorts creators are people who are just trying to tell you, "Come into my business." So I mean, like, no one really cares all that much. But of course, whenever KSI started trying to ratio DanTDM, everyone was like, "KSI, shut up. Shut up. Shut up." No, of course, we don't really care, but also, we don't like you either. So essentially, KSI started fanning the flames, and of course, he had to respond in a video, alright? This man couldn't have just left the one tweet DanTDM made alone, alright? DanTDM put out his opinion on Twitter, and KSI and Logan Paul and Mr. Beast ran with it, alright? They're making response videos, they're making response tweets, they're trying their best to be like, "No, you guys you should eat lunch leaves because they'll actually give you superpowers." Because they're so radioactive. But yeah, instead of leaving the drama on Twitter and continuing to make your millions of dollars a year, KSI and Logan Paul decided to make response videos to DanTDM's one tweet. He made one tweet, by the way. And these guys went on a whole nice little tirade about how DanTDM also sells products.
This is what he had to say.
"What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better. Do better."
And actually, let's take a step back and look at the whole fucking situation. These motherfuckers are complaining about a lunch kit. That's what this whole thing is about. A lunch kit. There's way more crazier things happening in this world, but people want to go in on this lunch fucking kit. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, if I didn't hate this man before, I hate I don't know. I don't understand why British people still use their own English. All right, I think they need to switch over to the American English, the only English that anyone uses. No one is out here calling a Lunchable or a Lunchly a lunch kit. What is a lunch kit? What is a lunch kit? It's literally just call it a lunch box. That's like the thing you could probably call it. Is a box filled with your lunch. Lunch box. What is a lunch kit? Sorry, boys, my hate for the British is coming out. But yeah, KSI is right. People are just complaining over a lunchbox, essentially, not a lunch kit. And it is very sad. But also, the saddest part is you allowed it to get this far. Instead of you ignoring the hate as a good businessman would and just continue to sell your irradiated crap. I don't know if you can call it a lunchbox. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm pretty sure it's just irradiated waste from a nuclear factory somewhere. But instead of you just going around selling your little crap and, you know, taking the hits as you do, because every product that any YouTuber comes out always has some kind of backlash. And I would think the person that has several products now would know every product you make as a YouTuber will have backlash. You can make oxygen, free oxygen, and you would literally be getting backlash from someone like, oxygen shouldn't be free. You should have to pay for it with your life. But literally, he should know this by now. But instead of him noticing that him responding to this isn't going to get him any more views on it, because, again, you're one of the biggest YouTubers in the world. You're not getting any more views by talking to DanTDM about your lunch leads. Like, instead of him just, hey, man, it's whatever. People have their opinions. He has to respond to this, which makes it so sad. Imagine the Lunchables creator, right, coming out saying, I can't believe everyone is calling my highly processed food bad for their children. Like, do you not see the chocolate industry? It's like, oh my God. Oh, yes, the chocolate industry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Lunchables. We didn't know that the chocolate industry was worse than you. The person with the highly processed food that you're trying to sell to our kids every day as a lunch replacement, because that's what this is. It's not even a lunch. It is a lunch replacement. That's what they really need to call it. LR, lunch replacements. But yeah, we had no idea that your lunch replacements was slightly, itty bitty, marginally, and 0.5% better than just eating 2,000 pounds of chocolate in a day. Who would have known? Because that's essentially KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast's claim to Lunchly fame, is that it's 0.5% better for you than actually a Lunchables, which in the grand scheme of things means absolutely nothing if you take into account how many of these the parents will actually just feed their kids if they're bad parents and just allow their kids to have these every day. It will make no difference. The kids will get the same diabetes from a Lunchables or a Lunchly. And then Logan Paul, the man who is great at just standing there and smiling, because we all know none of his brain goes into the actual creation of any product, because Logan Paul tried to make a statement saying that, you know, our product is better because Lunchables actually got in trouble for having lead. Our product doesn't have lead, which is literally impossible. Everything has lead in it. Literally everything has lead in it. If you guys want more detail about how literally any and everything you eat has lead in it, it doesn't matter if you grew it yourself in your own garden with natural fertilizer, it will have lead in it. I would recommend the Oompaville video. Oompaville did really great at like breaking down how literally it doesn't matter what you make in the world, it will have some kind of lead in it. But obviously Logan Paul also responded, essentially saying the exact same thing as KSI. It's just a Lunchable. It's just a Lunchly. Why are you guys so mad? Whenever he already knows with his other businesses like Prime and anything else he tries to sell, you will always get backlash. I don't understand these people. They are the biggest creators in the world. There is no like, oh well, this is just them getting marketing. No, it's not. They are the biggest creators in the world. They have the most eyes on them. They don't need any more marketing. People saying I hate this product aren't going to be swayed by Logan Paul coming out like, see boys, I ate a cracker. I did it immediately. Give me a second.
Let me put this in the context. Imagine being a motherfucker who's angry that we made this. Crackers, bro? You mad because we made crackers? This is what you're mad about? Bruh. It's a turkey, real cheese, and cracker stack. And by the way, it's great. I mean,
as you guys can see by that jump cut, he didn't even swallow it. He ain't even swallowed. He spit it out immediately. Edwards, cut it out. Can't believe I put that piece of shit in my mouth. Back to the video of him, trying to sell his product to his fans.
Yes, we made nachos as well with queso, but I think if you're getting mad about nachos, that's a you problem. Oh, and the pizza. It's literally called the pizza. But same thing, like, you're mad about pizza? Like 500,000 favorites because we made pizza, crackers, and nachos?
I am very scared for Logan Paul and his future child because he does know that DanTDM wasn't the one that was making 500,000 accounts that liked his post talking about how he doesn't like YouTubers just selling crap for the sake of selling crap just so they can make, more money. Because obviously at the end of the day, if your only thing that you want to do with selling the crap that you make is to make more money, you're not going to put time and effort into it. You're not going to create actual good quality. All right, you're just going to make it as cheap as possible, which they did, even though they put in some real sprinkles of cheese from what they said. So the price is slightly higher than the Lunchables, which I don't know how you're supposed to compete with them if the parents know they're both bad for my child. One is cheaper. Should I get the slightly less bad one that will give him diabetes at 18 instead of 17? Or should I just get him the Lunchables that's slightly cheaper and save money that I can use for his insulin? Because from the crap taste tester himself, Asmongold, who should have a PhD in just trash food, said they're basically the exact same thing. There is no difference between a Lunchable and a Lunchly other than the color of the cheese. And even at that, they still taste the exact same.
Guys, I feel like this is so anticlimactic. They're basically the same fucking thing. They look different, but they basically taste the exact same. Like, the cheese here is a completely different color, and guess what? They probably both use food coloring in these. It's basically the fucking same. I'm sorry. It's not crazy, but which one edges out? I think it depends on the drink. If you like Prime, then it's going to be Prime. If you like Capri Sun, it's going to be Lunchables. Other than that, I really can't say. I think that they're pretty much about the same thing. And I do think that the salsa from Lunchables is better than the salsa here, even though the salsa here has a better texture and has a better consistency. So basically, like Lunchly, I think could absolutely win over in terms of the way that the presentation of the food is, right? Like, it has more natural colors and flavors, whereas Lunchables looks kind of more like, your pre-bought processed food vibe.
Thank you, Asmongold. I'll take it from here. Yeah, it's crap. It's crap food. All right, there you go. You don't need to be like, oh man, this one is slightly better because I think it's less processed. Even though, making a packaged food, you still have to process it so it actually has some kind of shelf life, because unprocessed foods have a significantly lower shelf life, and you can't be selling unprocessed food that's rotting. All right, you can't do that. So obviously, the salsa is processed. The cheese has to have some kind of process. I mean, like crackers, I'm pretty sure they last for a while, so it doesn't even matter. But still, like, if you have meats and cheeses in there and some sauces, they have to be somewhat processed, all right? So they're not really all that good for you. There you go. End of the day, end of story. Lunchables, Lunchlies, the exact same thing. All right, boys. Thank God I didn't have to put any of this crap into my body to know that they are the exact same thing. I want to live for 1,000 years. Unlike Pinky Doll, who loves overeating and loves this kind of food, I'm sure we'll be seeing a food challenge from her, stuffing her face with 1,000 Lunchables, which you guys think I'm playing. She legit probably might do that and upload it to TikTok for a couple of views. Click this video right here to see how Pinky Doll, I think she might be dying from what she's doing for views now. But boys, other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you all tomorrow.